Okay, so here's a little behind the scenes about how I'm using Asana in my life and in my business. Primarily, I'm using Asana for me. I am not assigning tasks to team members within Asana, primarily because most of my team members are contractors and they have their own systems that they utilize for tasks. So we have our own way of connecting there, which is not usually part of my Asana process. So this is really just my space to do whatever the heck I want, though I can assign to a few people here. Um, I have my favorite projects, which is the stuff I'm currently getting my attention, as well as other space for gathering information and just kind of placeholders. I have way more than this. They're hidden, and that's fine. So these are my primary. The one that we're in right now is Jen's task this month. This is my primary to-do view, and it is almost exactly the same view as the My Tasks view. This view gets really messy and feels very overwhelming to me. So I don't use the My Tasks view. I use this project instead. And only things that are in the Jen's tasks this month, this list-based project, will show up on my tasks because I don't assign things to myself until they go into this board. So that's part of my double check here. Now, within this board, so this is my to-do, this is where I'm spending most of my time at. These are my priority tasks. These are the 3 things that I must get done this week. These are the next 3 things that are priority. These are actually items that have come up as priority since I did my planning for the week, and I'll talk about that in a moment. And then down here, these are the 4 things that I know are going to need my attention next week. And some of these may actually happen sooner, sooner rather than later. So like this one, load into the membership site, I can't do that until I've recorded the slides. Well, I can't record the slides until I've finished reformatting the slides. This is a program that's getting a revamp, so that's what that is talking about. And in most cases, although this particular Axio clients, I followed a slightly different naming convention in that I used dashes instead of colons, but you will notice that most of my tasks start with some form of abbreviation, and that is to help keep me organized as to what project this is for when I'm looking at this quick view. So I know that AC is Axio clients. I know that AG is my action gauntlet. I know ST is spellbinding tech, action gauntlet, Axio clients. This one does not, because this is a general day-to-day business function. I batch record my vlogs. So I did batch recording of vlogs earlier this week. That's why this is down here in the upcoming and has a date. So when at the end of the day today, when Thursday shifts down to this stack, I will be able to move this up into the Thursday. So these headers are assigned to me so that they can show up here on the task list, and I can have that as a guide, and I can organize things there, because sometimes I get stressed out and need the organization. So this is the focused attention view. The other boards here, most of these other boards are more brain dump boards. These are actually almost all of them boards. A few of them are lists because they were old projects that I was doing in a list form before I did boards. This one here, Entreport tasks, this is specifically just a repository of everything that needs to get done within my Entreport account for different projects. See, it says OAP there. You'll also see here, I have stuff with a star and with a caret. That actually gives me other information. So the star tells me that this is a project that I need to break down into bite-sized pieces. And like I already know the bits and pieces, or no, sorry. The star means that there is a project to break this down into bits and pieces. And the arrow means this is a standalone project that needs to be broken down, but does not have its own project. I hope that wasn't as confusing as it feels in my head. But generally, within all of my Asana, the star at the beginning means that this is a task that I've already identified is going to take me more than 15 minutes to accomplish, and therefore needs to be broken down into smaller bite-sized pieces. I use that philosophy for most of the stuff I'm doing, as I try to keep it to things I can reasonably accomplish in that time frame. These actually are bigger projects that are for focused time, and I've scheduled that time for focused time to work on these projects within my calendar, so it's a slightly different thing. And board view. This is what I spend most of my time with a Sunday morning. When I get up, I get myself a nice hot beverage, usually some chai, and I go through and look at what stuff might be in my to schedule list to move to being in this week to get accomplished, and see what's still a priority, if anything changed its priority. This column, the priority column, is the list of stuff that has come up since I scheduled, and therefore it does not have a due date. This column here, this week, these all have due dates, and they correspond with the between today and the upcoming task. And this column of next week is the stuff that is at the bottom in the upcoming tasks area. And this is the priority tasks. So that's how I break that down. And as I'm working through, like on Sundays, I actually go through each of my projects and I pick what one or two tasks will need my attention or should get my focused attention next to move that project forward. And those items get added to the schedule column and goes through this whole process. So this is a longer, convoluted description of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. But generally, the boards are my brain dumps. This one is for a program that's a continuity program, a membership program. So I have a column these are the hard tasks, hard as in like tangible tasks. And the project ideas, this is going to be the brain dump of all of the different content pieces that will be coming out as part of Spellbinding Tech. This task that is marked for today is to finish filling this out so that I can start dating these projects and start moving them forward. So there's going to be sub-tasks as part of each of the project ideas, and that's going to move through this process over here. Like this is more of the Trello style of project management here within this particular one. But going to something like Axio Clients, this is a program that I've already done the attract steps, the things in place in order to sell the thing, the nurture piece, actually I've already done this, so let me check this off. what do I need to do in order to sell this piece? And we go back to delivery piece and what pieces of the puzzle need to be reorganized and rejiggered over here. So this is a step-by-step place, and that's kind of how I'm using these boards for the business side of things. Now, I do get a little ADD when we get to my family version. Specifically, we have projects for our grocery stores. Bed Bath & Beyond is an anomaly, but everything else has section headers based on the order I like to walk through the store. Yeah, that's the layout of my Target. And my grocery store and my Costco. And this actually should be under sorted, but as stuff, both my husband and I share this particular project. So I like that we can be out and go, oh, I need to go to the store. What do we need to get? And we can text each other and make sure that we have everything that we need while the other one is out and about. And we no longer have to worry about our grocery lists being left on the counter and not available to us. So anyway, that is the behind the scenes of my Asana. I hope you found this useful.